Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I hope that you are having a great day. It is Wednesday. We are almost there. Tomorrow will be our last live for the week, and then I'll be back here Sunday with Donovan Sadiq. So y'all stay tuned for that. But let's deal with Wednesday while we're here. So I should say that the purpose of the Demetra K Show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. I'd like to say a big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation, and you are family. Also like to say a big giant thank you to my moderators. You are the best to ever do it, and I could not and would not do this without you. Thank you so much for holding down the comment section. Let's see, who do we have on here so far? Brother Dom, my triple OG moderator. Well, how you doing? That's somebody's name. Well, absolutely. Buckhorse, how you doing? Candy, what is up? Brother Reggie, hope you're doing well. No, that ain't Wig Junior, you crazy. Maybe they all start to look alike, right? Albie Chill, how you doing? Craig, what's going on with you? Lucky Me, how are you? Priscilla from Jersey City, what is up? Vanessa, how you doing? So, of course, today we are going to be talking about a Houston Black Boule candidate running for Congress to protect immigrants from ICE. And I'm going to show y'all a video that I saw on TikTok. And this is actually the first that I learned of her. She is going to be running for past, if you will, Sheila Jackson Lee's seat, the District 18. Of course, you guys know that Sheila Jackson Lee passed away last year, I believe it was. So last year, and of course, that seat is still vacant. I guess whenever they decide to have an election, she's going to run for it, the 18th district. But as I said, I just learned about it today per this video that I'm about to show y'all in just a few minutes. And I was like, really? Okay. And so, of course, we'll get into her background and all of that. But yeah, she's definitely part of the Boule, and kind of the same old story that we've been seeing about our so-called Black leaders, right? So, of course, we'll get into that. Who else do we have on here while we're waiting for everybody else to come in and get settled down? S. Williams, how you doing? Molly Cakes, what is up? So, Brother Reggie, you don't have your glasses on. No, that is not Jasmine Crockett. It kind of look alike a little bit. I kind of get where you're going with that. Arneba, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Mike Nice in the building. William, what's going on with you? You said she needs to be voted out of Congress. Well, she ain't in there yet. She trying to get in there, right? Herschel, how you doing? Who else do I have on here? Beverly White, hope you're doing well. Yeah. Amber, how you doing? Welcome and all of that. Sharon, what's going on with you? All right, so I think that I've tap danced long enough, and I'll say hello to everybody once they come in. But anyway, Aboriginal Copper Freeman, how you doing? As I said, I happened upon this woman. She's 35 years old. Her name is Zoe. I just forgot her name, just like that. Cadore. Zoe Cadore is her name, right? Lanita, how you doing? So basically, Zoe was born and raised in Houston. She's the daughter of a Caribbean father from Guyana, and her mother is from Texas, okay? Now, she says her parents' hard work and sacrifice shaped her deep commitment to service, justice, and opportunity for all. Okay. Now, growing up in one of the most diverse cities in the nation, which is Houston, right? She saw both the beauty and inequities that define life in Houston, and she chose to do something about it, which is why I guess she's running for Congress, right? Now, she is a proud graduate of Spelman and the University of Houston's Law Center. She began her political journey as an intern for Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, right? So she's not a stranger to the seat, the 18th district, right? She would be going to be a representative in the House if she's elected. Okay. Now, it says personally, Zoe has built a successful career at the intersection of federal policy, community advocacy, and corporate leadership. In 2016, she was elected as the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation's American Petroleum Institute Energy Fellow, whatever that is, right? Sounds like oil and gas stuff. Now, she's also an active member of Alpha Kappa Omega, or AKAs, right? And contributes to the Corporate Advisory Council of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, advancing policies that uplift Black communities. Again, her father is from Guyana and her mom is from Texas, and she's 35 years old. And yeah, so I'm going to show y'all a video. I just want to kind of give y'all a background of her, but here you go.
Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. I just spoke at an event. It was a theater event, and it was meant for children of incarcerated parents and children in underserved areas. And I was super excited to be able to talk to a large group of kids. And unfortunately, half of the kids did not come. The kids that live in the Aldine ISD area, the children who are Latino, because they were literally afraid that they were going to be kidnapped because ICE apparently was spotted in their neighborhood, so they did not get on the bus. And so for people walking around here talking about these are not real things that are happening, this is an example of what's happening. And this level of fear mongering is not okay. And we need to continue to tell these stories. So that's it. That's why I'm here. I'm just here to let y'all know these are real things that are happening. We had about 30 kids missing from our event today because they were literally afraid to get onto a bus because of ICE raiding their neighborhood. Okay, bye. Quick add-on to this video. When I get a chance, I am going to film a video. I'm going to list some resources and just things you can do to protect yourselves and your family and community members, because unfortunately this is going to continue happening, but we are going to try to do everything that we can to stop it. And lastly, that is why I'm running for Congress, because we need people who understand the immigrant community. I'm a first-generation American, who are going to stand up for us and make sure that ICE is never allowed to do this again.
All right, so y'all saw Miss Zoe, and she's, really beautiful young lady. But of course, y'all heard her lament about an event they had for children today, I guess, some theater event, but a lot of students didn't show up. Of course, it's summertime, right? Because they're afraid of ICE, so they did not get on the bus. Of course, you saw in her caption, she said it must stop because ICE is wreaking havoc, all over the city of Houston. And of course, the Latinos is what she said, did not show up because they're afraid of ICE, right? They don't want to be snatched up, I guess. So she basically was giving them resources, or she said she's going to provide resources, I guess, so they can maybe avert ICE. I don't know, but she doesn't like it nevertheless. And of course, y'all heard her say, I'm a first generation American. But I was kind of confused about that because her mom is from Texas, her dad is from Guyana. So I guess maybe she's saying she is first generational, even though her mama was born here. I don't know. I can't make sense of it. But for me, I'm like, well, why is ICE looking for those children? And I'm assuming they're parents, right? Why is ICE looking for them? Are they looking for them because they're bored? They have nothing else to do? Or are they looking for them because they broke the law? And potentially they are over here and they shouldn't be, right? Because they don't have the paperwork. They're not citizens, right? Because we know that Biden and Kamala and them opened the gates wide open and let any and everybody come over here that want to come over here. And then they left out of office and did not leave them protected. And of course, we know that Trump said when he was coming into office that him and his homie Tom Homan was going to be doing a mass deportation in juxtaposition to the mass immigration, right? So of course we've been seeing that going on. And yes, I would say Houston has, been hit with ICE running to and fro and things like that. But as y'all notice, I gave y'all her dossier of who she is. She's on the Black Congressional this and the Black Congressional that, and she's an AKA and all this other stuff. And, Black people this, but there she is talking about, we, because she said we, when she was talking about, I guess immigrants and all that other stuff. She basically says that, the havoc that's being wreaked there with ICE needs to stop. So it's like, this is nothing new, right? Because we know, especially with the Congressional Black Caucus, they have a lot of people who are first generational Americans who they say they're Black, but they are first generational, like Yvette Clarke, right? She's like the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. Well, she's Jamaican. And I think she was talking about reparations for everybody else, right? Not really Black Americans who that's who it's for in America, right? Everybody else needs to take it up with their government. So when they get into positions of leadership and they say that, oh, I'm Black, I'm in the Black Caucus, this, the NAACP, that, and all this other stuff, they don't really advocate for Black Americans. They advocate for everybody else. So to me, hearing her say that, I'm like, well, who's supposed to vote for you, especially Black Americans, when you are, in a sense, dying on the heel of you need to stop ICE? ICE is here to stop people from coming into the country illegally, but she wants to get in the middle of that. Just like the rest of her Democrat homies. You know, they running all up into the ICE detention centers and, you know, all of that. And they going all over to El Salvador, having lunch with people who were, deported. Kilmar Abrego Garcia was one of them. Of course, I think he's supposed to be going to court today, and the judge is supposed to see whether he's going to let him out or not. I don't know. But yeah, so we've seen them crash out. But this is, you know, kind of her campaign message. So it's like, do you really want Black Americans to vote for you when you are going to put on your battle gear for immigrants, and I should say illegal immigrants? Who's supposed to vote for that? They can't vote for you. So who are you really talking to? So I want to see what you guys think of that. So thank you for bearing with me. Let me get into the comment section. And welcome to everyone. Where did I leave off? Wow, y'all know y'all be typing. Okay, so no. Here we go. Lala, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Amber, I keep seeing your questions about the Epstein thing, but I'm not going to address that anymore. I've already done it, and it's getting on my nerves, respectfully. Will to Thrive, how you doing? Says we cannot vote for her. Sorry, Zoe. Yeah, I mean, why? What does she want us to do? Right? Those who can vote for her in Houston, the 18th district. Brother Reddy says she's 100% use GPT chat to write that. Candy says, will not get my vote. Oracle Queen, how you doing? Says, I'm new here. Glad to be here. Peace to everyone, and peace to you as well. Lucky Me says they don't have colleges where she's from. Laugh out loud. I'm kidding. Uh-oh. So y'all don't like how she was delivering her speech. Okay. Kevin Brooklyn all day. How you doing? Thank you so much. And I love you being here. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, Brother Reggie, you got it. The Greek gang. Exactly. And we know what they be on, right? Corey, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. He says, please bring more ice, please. Oh, okay. Who else do we have on here, bro? Brother Sean West, how you doing? Says, not another person that's not Black American. I got you, though. Dave, how you doing? Says, that's why I don't trust half FBAs. So like I said, I was kind of confused. You know, her mom's from Texas, but her dad is from Guyana. So what? I don't know. But she says she's first generation American. So we'll go with that, right? And thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Albie Chill. He says, yep, non-Black Americans. John, how you doing? William, what's going on? Says, sound great. Lucky Me says, no, they don't support you. Laugh out loud. And John says, because they are illegal. Yeah, it's like, why would you want to stop ICE? You know, those people aren't coming outside because they know they come outside, they might get snatched up, right? Brina, how you doing? You working? Well, don't work too hard. Mwendo, thank you so much for becoming a new member. I think again, love and appreciate you for that. M, how you doing? Says, yeah, I'm on time today. Hey, everyone. Yes, indeed. But of course, she says the chat already tripping. Okay, well, you keep an eye out for that. Bernard, he says, well, if you illegal, ICE will pick you up, period. Yeah, that's the way it works. Is, you know, not that they're singling you out per se. Gearhead, how you doing? Says Dims. Now think being arrested is being kidnapped. They get crazier by the day. Yeah, that's what they're calling it. Kidnapping is like, well, I mean, they're being detained because they aren't supposed to be here. You know, there is a difference. So, yeah, and I guess they're trying to say because they're not identifying themselves, you know. Let's see, who else do we have on here? Michael, how you doing? Says she definitely won't be getting my vote. We shouldn't vote for no more people that are not Black Americans. That's against our interests. Totally agree. And there she is. She's not even in the seat yet. She's running actively, but that's what she's going out there saying. Like I said, she just happened upon my TikTok. I was like, wow, that's interesting. And I looked into her. I said, oh, okay. Anita, did I say hello to you? Not hello. Cornelius, what's going on? It says FBA family, do not vote for this sellout. Yep, already, right? Bernard says, I'm Black, not immigrant. There you go. Sharon, you say deport her too. Well, I think she was born here and her mom was a Texan. So I don't know if that works like that. Yeah. JJ, how you doing? Says, where's her video to push banks to make business loans for FBAs? I totally agree with you. I looked on her campaign site and it was very vague. I mean, it was just like energy stuff, I guess, like the gas and oil stuff and, you know, stuff for businesses, but nothing specific for Black Americans or anything like that. It was just very bland. It almost kind of reminded me of like Kamala's campaign site where it was, I don't even know what I just read, right? Aboriginal Copper Freeman, you say she must be campaigning her demographic. She must be. But from what I understand, I think Sheila Jackson Lee's district, or, because she's gone on now, I believe is predominantly Black, but don't quote me. I don't know. Baldwin Blues, how you doing? Says she's getting no support. Brina says another person that's not Black America trying to represent FBA. John said, wait, she's in Houston. Which district? 18th. So Sheila Jackson Lee's, old district. Carmen Music, how you doing? He said she's Kamala, pretty much, right? AKA and everything. William says, I didn't hear anything about what she will be doing for FBA community. Now, they can't do that. They're not going to do that. They're going to jump on the hottest thing popping, right? And right now, that's immigration and fighting ICE and all of that, right? So, of course, that's what she's going to talk about. By the time 103, how you doing? Says, peace, Demetra. We are going to make sure she does not get in office. She is not a first-generation American. She is first-generation immigrant. We have to correct this. Okay. Well, that's what she said. So, again, like I was confused because her mom is from Houston, Texas. So, yeah, lucky me. She said she wants to get, I guess, what she said, resources and things like that, I guess, to help people avoid ICE and things like that. I think that's what she was alluding to. Is like, well, why would you do that? I guess maybe telling them their rights and things, but it's like, do you really have rights? I know there's some in the Constitution, but if you're here illegally, get in a van. Get in a van, and let's go to the detention center. And then I guess they'll try to figure it out from that point, right? Dave says probably because both of her parents are immigrants. Just one, her father. Super Patriot, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Jay Sanders, what's going on? Says the Boule and Divine Nine have a deal with African leaders to add these organizations in African universities. They are all in bed together. Really? Well, hopefully they do their research, right? Buck Horsey says, you broke the damn law. Yep. Kevin, you said Trump 2028, MAGA. Already, huh? Avenge the ancestors. How you doing? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. JBWR, how you doing? Says traitors, to say the least, right? Who else do we have on here? Sister Shirley, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Levon, what's going on to you? Says, bye-bye, birthright citizens. Citizens 100, no more disrespect or neglect. It's Freeman's FBA. Time rock with us or stay with the mountains. No more. Absolutely. And of course, that birthright citizenship conversation is nerve-wracking, right? Because I guess we're next. We're next because, I guess Trump can now take away people's citizenship. But I'm like, why would he just take ours away? There's a whole lot of people who can have their citizenship taken away, not just Black Americans. So what are we doing, right? Super Patriot says, my sister was born in Houston. Okay, so you're saying she was born in Houston. Yeah, I think she, Zoe is her name. She's born in Houston. L, how you doing? Says, I don't understand why the Democrats want illegals here. That doesn't make sense to me. I think it's a new voting block. As far as they're concerned, Black Americans are done, right? And not only are we done, but we're always going to vote for them. As far as they're concerned, they never have to do anything for us. So it's been said that maybe they're trying to make another voting class, a buffer class is what they call them. So who knows, right? But we did hear Biden say when he was president-elect to the Negro misleadership, y'all going to have to learn how to get along with the Hispanics because they're going to be here and they're going to outnumber you or something like that. So, yeah. Beast by Dizzy, how you doing? Says people like her and Karen Bass is why I didn't vote for Kamala Harris. There you go. And 2028 ain't going to look that much better if they keep it up, right? JJ says, Houston, why have a big problem? So you say Houston have a big problem? Okay. Bernard says, keep voting Democrats, FAFO. If you know, you know, right? 48 TCO, how you doing? Quicks, what's going on? Says, when I was in the Presbyterian Seminary in Austin in 2016, Trump's first term, the school directed us to not help ICE find students who they were searching for. Guess they didn't believe in obeying the law. There you go, right? They're helping people evade the law. It's aiding and abetting. If you really think about it, right? So yeah, Tuesday Johnson, how you doing? Says she was missing her sombrero. Give her some time, right? She might put it on. Doug, how you doing? Ball and Blue says she's getting no support from the foundation. No, a foundation talking like that. Nope. Albie, hi. I said hi to you, but I say hi again. Says I think there's going to be a third, possibly a fourth party by 28. Yeah, and Elon's talking about a third party, the American Party or something like that. But I haven't heard anything else about it. Maybe because he, along with a couple of other AI organizations, got a collective $200 million from, I guess, the Trump administration to, I guess, implement AI in the government or something like that. So maybe, he's not going to talk about that third party right now anyway. Mundo says it's copy and paste as usual. Nope. Yep. Sagittarius Goddess, how you doing? Henry, what's going on with you? Says Zoe sounds like a white liberal. Yeah, they usually do, right? If you really think about it, they usually do. They all have the same talking points. Marquavius, how you doing? Magnetter, I should say. And Quick, she said, so you moved to Baylor, okay, from Austin when they were doing that. Buckhorse says, I did my time, never complained. There you go. And we're glad that you are out. Speed, how you doing? Says they are not immigrants, they are criminals. Get them out of here. Well, yeah, it depends on who you ask, right? Well, you say, I hope she gets no black votes. Now, she will. I mean, that's just how it works. They won't, I don't know, unless somebody pulls their coattail to her and say, hey, she out there caping for, immigrants that ain't supposed to be here. Maybe they'll wake up. But then you got a lot of black people who are diehard Democrats like, I don't care. It has to be a Democrat and she's black. So I'm going to vote for her. Not knowing it's kind of like another nail in the coffin for them, right? So, yeah. Vanessa says these black-looking people need to go away and quickly. Yeah. And we just need to continue to send them a message. And Elle says she won't get a vote from me. Brother Reggie says sounds like she lifted them words from Ratchet Crockett's TikTok. Yeah, they all do sound alike, though, for real. Lanita, you say, sorry, but she's a half-caste person that's not Black American, just like Obama was, not to be trusted by FBA. She's not for or like us. I would say so. T. Austin, how you doing? Says, in the words of Pro-Black Truth, he said, Professor Black Truth, that's who that is. He says, Congressional Black Talkers. Yes, indeed. Kevin says, illegal shelters work there in New York City. A lot of bad people. Okay. DJ B Red, how you doing? Says they feel like we are outnumbered, and yes, they can vote. Remember, I think that's what you're trying to say. I know they were trying to make it to where they can vote. Now I don't know if there's some places in the United States where they actually can vote. I know they were talking about making that a thing, but so there you go. Michael says, my FBA people, please do not vote for Democrats anymore. By the time 103 says, Dimitri K, did you hear about the ICE agents are pressing charges against the protesters that assaulted them, saying they attempted murder, 10 years or life for attempted murder? No, I didn't hear about that. Is that in California or is that in general? 23 Archer, how you doing? Says, guess she plans to get rich and not need our vote or the position. Yeah, because usually they'll get in there and then they'll stay in there, right? And they'll be enriched by everything, be bought off by a whole lot of PACs and things like that. So yeah, she just needs to get in there, and it's a wrap from that point. You already see the bidding that she's willing to do. And I'm not saying that she only has to bid for Black Americans, but she has to bid for Black Americans too. But you're dying on a hill of illegal behavior. It's very problematic. Corey, you crazy. Speed says the Greek freaks would rather switch than fight. JBWR says embracing criminals is madness. It really is. JC, how you doing? Says this young lady is a non-Black American. KMO, how you doing? Says first generations are not American. It's 5 or more generations. Yeah, well, that's what she said. She did say first, right? But like I said, I was confused because her mom is actually a Texan, right? She's born in Houston. So she's claiming first generation American, I guess, because of her father's side coming from Guyana. So I guess there's that. Nathaniel, how you doing? Says ICE must be stopped by all means. F them. Okay, well, good luck with that. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Education is key. What's going on with you? John says, and some will still defend her because she's Black and divine 9. Yeah, they're a sucker for all of that, right? S. Williams says she'll speak out on brutal ICE practice, but afraid to speak out on police brutality on Black people. Yeah, especially when they are, going to Congress, they still are beholden to, police and things like that. So they're not going to say too much about the brutality that Black people experience anywhere. But, the ICE issue seems to be a safe issue for them. So there you go. Brother Sean says, I'm sorry, Queen. I forgot you don't like the T word. It's okay. Y'all can say it. I just ain't going to say it. But I get the sentiment nevertheless. So no worries. Let's see who else. Johnny Davis, how you doing? I'm doing well. How about you? He says they're saying that the Constitution protects them, including Google. Yeah, well, of course, they're going to interpret it all kind of ways. But originally, when the founding fathers wrote the Constitution and things like that, or that the 14th Amendment, they weren't including immigrants, but all of a sudden immigrants are included. In fact, they're only talking about immigrants. They're not even saying much about, the babies of freed slaves, which is what it was for, right? The Democrats aren't saying anything about that. They're dying on the heel of it. Oh, it's for immigrants too. So it's crazy. Mr. Boots Malone, how you doing? Says I still have PTSD from Kamala Harris lying to the Black church. Well, some tells me she's going to rear her head somewhere, whether it's in California or 2028, which I don't know. I think that she and the Democrats are delusional enough to have her come back in 2028 because they think everybody's now freaked out behind Trump's presidency. And so now they'll be ready to vote for Kamala, because you hear people saying, we tried to tell you, you didn't want to vote for the Black lady, and look what you got. It's like, there's a lot of people who still wouldn't vote for Kamala, and I'm one of them. Cloudless, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Jobo, what's going on? What you say? Hard pass. Okay. Who else do I see? Sherry says, FBA, we have no allies. Yep. But Netta, how you doing? Says Demetria, check out the real Dana. Says regarding other groups hijacking African American and our reparations. Oh yeah, they've been trying to do that. They have this whataboutism, right? What about us? What about our reparations? Or they'll even say, well, y'all don't deserve reparations. Why should my tax dollars go toward that? So it's a lot. Hey, Bakari, how you doing? And thank you. Gary, what's going on with you? Hope you're doing well. Who else came on here? I'm trying to get better at keeping up, you guys. Bree Love, how you doing? Says liberal Black women are working directly against the Black community. She is the enemy. Yeah, that's true. But you got to remember, there's a lot of Black liberal men like your Cory Bookers, your Hakeem Jeffries, and, your Al Greens. That's a representative out here in Texas. Jasmine Crackle, she's a woman. But yeah, there's a whole lot of them, Black men and women that are going against the Black community. A whole lot of them. You'll be surprised, right? But I agree with you. Albie Chilly says, they've been manipulating that language to latch on to us. I remember back in the day how quickly they'd be quick to tell us, I'm not Black. Yep. They kind of go in and out of it, right? One day they're Black, one day they're not. It just depends, right? Brother Reggie says, I just visited her site. The first thing you see is a big fat donate button. Yep, Kamala. You say 1.5, not 2.0, but 1.5. Yep. And there's not very much else on there, right? See, I told you. Facts Not Feelings, how you doing? Says, I guess a suspicion she is a divester. In other words, she's not for Black families. Now, I don't know if she's a divester. I don't know who she's married to or anything like that. I know she's 35, so I guess she'd be old enough to be married, but I don't know if she is married at all. Interesting, though. Sugar Baby, how you doing? Says deportation. All right. He said, come on, ICE. Corey says, FBA never vote for the Dems again. Yeah, we really need to be thinking about a third party, starting our own or whatever the case is. And some Black Americans did start their third party. Y'all didn't hear about it? It was called the Couch Party. A lot of Black Americans is like, get somebody else to do it. I'm not voting for either, right? So yeah, Lord Flawless, how you doing? Says, imagine loathing another race yet come to needing their support in 2025 while attempting to adopt rights that was meant for them. Ain't no Black and brown. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on. hijacking the rights, and we say that loosely when it comes to Black Americans because we really don't have any rights, but the little bitty rights that we do have, everybody else want to latch on to it and say, oh no, that's for us too. And it's like, really? It's funny how we haven't been hearing that up until when Trump got in office, right? Now all of a sudden, everybody's trying to glom onto the 14th Amendment. Crazy. Herschel says they need to be worried about Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship and leave us alone, right? Did she go to Ireland or something like that? She's now living in Ireland because of Trump or whatever it is. Nathaniel, he says, I'm hoping Jasmine Crockett runs for president 2028. She'll have your vote. She'll have yours and probably 2 other people. Jasmine Crockett. Now I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this now. You could quote me. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Jasmine Crockett ain't going to run for no president. She might try to run, but I even venture to say she won't even make it past the primary. The DNC ain't messing with her. You ain't heard? She's not messing with the DNC right now, the Democrats. She's going to, to be involved in the Black church now because her homies in the DNC said that she's not a team player and it hurt her feelings. So she says, now I'm just going to go get involved with the Black church for now. So you might need to do your homework. Facts Not Feeling says, notice Democrats are not saying if Trump takes away Black citizenship, they will immediately give it back when they are in office. No, they're not even talking about Black Americans at all, right? I think the last thing I heard them say about Black Americans was Ayanna Pressley when she was talking about, Black Americans need $3 trillion for reparations. And that's the last thing I heard them say about Black Americans. And then they went and co-opted the ICE raids movement. So there you have it. Jay, he says they have backroom deals with these countries' leaders. Brandon Johnson had a backroom deal with Venezuela, and they said allegedly that Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, had a backroom deal with Turkey, which is why he got in trouble. But Trump was like, yeah, man, scratch all of that. And he let him off the hook. And now Eric Adams, he's no longer a Democrat. He's an independent. And Andrew Cuomo is now an independent. He's running as an independent because, they're trying to beat Zoran Mondani, who I guess beat them in the primaries, or didn't beat them, or beat Andrew, but not Eric, because Eric was running as an independent. So now they're all trying to run as an independent so they can win in November, I guess. There's a lot of money behind that. They did not want that Muslim man to be the mayor of New York. You could believe that. Gary, it says, I don't vote for people who aren't Black Americans or Boule. They both do nothing for us. It's political damaging. Absolutely. And we're really waking up to that, right? And Johnny, did I say hello to you? If not hello, he says they're selling out for that APAC money. You said it, I didn't. Education is key, says all politicians have enthusiastic speech. Most people see just that, the enthusiastic speech, stop believing in their enthusiastic speeches and see beyond that. Yeah, like hope and change. It's we hope and change you can believe in. That was Obama. And Ann Coulter said no, he never defined what that meant, and nobody ever asked him to define what hope and change meant. Everybody ran around saying it. They even said it in Spanish. See, se puede, and all of that. And nobody to this day knows what any of that means. But it sounded good, right? Tracy says Elonia needs to take his behind back to South Africa, not Elonia. Damn. Is that Elon's name or is it just Elon? Because Elonia is wild. Lawrence, how you doing? He says the second Exodus can't be stopped. Do tell. Okay. Lynette, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Undisputed Truth. What is going on? He says she's another self-hating fool. Yeah, and she's not paying attention to Black Americans at all, because she will understand, well, that's not really fashionable. And again, as I understand, District 18 in Houston has got quite a few Black people in it. So it's like, what are you doing? Maybe she just feels like people won't pay attention because indeed the state and local elections have the lowest voter turnout, far lower than a national election, right? Everybody wants to show up to the polls to vote for the president, but your state and local elections, if I get around to it, right? But they have more of a direct effect on the citizens. So yeah, maybe she's just thinking they won't know. 4-day TCO says if they offer some money for good leads that lead to arrest, this country will be illegal, immigrant free. He says, oh my mama. Okay. Cole Peace, Zaza, how you doing? Says, hey family, I don't understand how those Democrats are willing to do anything for an immigrant and won't do anything for FBAs. It's just sad. Well, some of that is on us because we haven't really demanded that they do so. We just kind of went along with the talking points of, oh, the Democrats are the party of Black people, period, full stop. That's it. We didn't ask them to do anything else. We just went along with, if they Black and Democrat especially, oh yeah, they got my vote. I don't care what they do or what they will not do for Black people. They just have to be Black, which is why you have your James Clyburns and Sheila Jackson Lee before she went on to glory, Maxine Waters, Al Green, and a whole host of them been in office forever, never really delivering anything specifically for Black Americans, but they get voted in because it's the name, they cool with me, they Black and they Democrat. So I'm gonna vote for them. And that's how you end up with that. Anita says she wanted us to vote for her so she can break the law. Yeah, wouldn't be me. Let's see. Timothy, how you doing? Says, hi, I just heard Kamala. I'm going to say it like that, Kamala, because I don't like how you spelled it. Is ahead for the Democrats at 2028. Newsom last place, Republicans 41%, Vance 12%, DeSantis. Either way, Dems won't win, especially with Kamala. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I think a lot of people are being guilted into having buyer's remorse, and they're feeling some sort of angst with what's going on with the Trump administration now. Of course, he hasn't even been in office a whole year, 7 months at this point. And a lot of people feel like, hey, we going through it. So yeah, Kamala didn't seem like a bad idea, but Kamala would have been worse, especially for Black Americans. It would have been a wrap. So, thank God she didn't get in office. Bakari says AIPAC owns those politicians that accept their donations. The small hats, wink, wink. Yeah, oh yeah, they give a lot of money. Cory Booker is one of them. I saw a video. It was from 1993. And the guy is named Rabbi Shmuley, I think it is, Rabbi Shmuley. 1993, Cory Booker's very young, and they're at some party or something. And the rabbi is dressed like a clown. And he jumps onto Cory Booker's back. Now, Cory Booker is not even in office then in 1993. I don't think he is. He jumps on his back. And Cory Booker is riding him around on his back in this circle at this whatever party it was. It was just the creepiest thing ever. So it gives credence to, so they always had a hold of him for a very long time. Very, very disturbing. I'll tell you that. And I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. If I do, I'll tell you guys. It's on YouTube. You can see it on YouTube. By the time 103 says, Demetra, in general, from what I understood from the report. Okay. Who else is on here? Meshka, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Says, since she's the first generation, she can get the deport too. Okay. Damn. Hey, Thunder, how you doing? Says, yep, she got to go. So are you familiar with her? Have you heard anything about Zoe? What is her name? Cadore. Zoe Cadore. She's running for Sheila Jackson Lee's seat. Have you ever heard anything about her before today? All right. Diane, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Golden Heart, what's going on with you? Says, we must stop Democrats from getting into office by any means necessary. Yeah, I don't know. Something tells me that a lot of them will get back in office, especially in the House of Representatives and Senate and things like that, because I think a lot of people are just really freaked out by Trump and the Republicans having a full control over the United States, right? So I think there needs to be some balance in there because, yeah, that's what Congress is supposed to do. They're supposed to say, nah, President, you can't do that. But right now they're like, oh, yeah, you want to do that? Cool. Yeah. Yep. Sure. Go ahead. So there needs to be some checks and balances. Now, will that come from the Democrats? I don't know. But whoever it is needs to get in there and have a spine and say, yeah, no, I'm beholden to my constituents and I need to make sure they're not being harmed by the overall decisions in Washington. Right. So it really remains to be seen. Marjorie, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Kate Butler, what's going on with you? Says she can't get a half of a vote from you. Well, damn. Carrie says at least 98% of her family is in another country, so they look out for them. Okay, got you. Mark, how you doing? Says, I hope she comes back. It's what Democrats deserve. You know what? I think they would put her back, try to have run her again. I would not be surprised. I thought that Gavin Newsom would have a better chance, but if you guys are saying the polling is saying that he's not doing so well, in regards to Kamala, yeah, that doesn't surprise me that they try to bring her back. They got 4 years to toughen her up and, teach her how to speak and be coherent and not say that the cow jumped over the moon and I'm going to go get me a spoon. Yes, democracy must be saved, So they got 4 years to work on her. It remains to be seen. I would not be surprised, though. Timothy, thank you so much for that love and appreciate you. Says, have to start on Asian cooking. Just saying hi. What you making? Well, what kind of food you making? I'm not hungry at 8, but I'm still greedy and curious. Kai, how you doing? He says, our people are waking up to the Democrats' BS. They are finished. Yeah, but we got to keep waking them up, right? Jennifer, how you doing? Says, Democrats work for China. They probably all do to some degree. Democrats, Republicans. Yep. Tracy says it's funny how they don't mind paying for the luxurious lifestyles of our so-called government. And when you say they, you mean AIPAC? Is that who you're talking about? Brother Reddy says Kamala stayed losing. She didn't get the nomination for 2019, 2020, got coronated in 2024 and lost again. Yeah, she just sailed right on in, right? Sure did. And they sailed her right on out. MK98, how you doing? Says that now the Democrats are pushing a bill to open the border again, give work permits and amnesty to illegals and allow them to bring their families to the U.S. Well, how are they going to do that when Trump is really saying nah? Because he's saying by the end of this year, they want to have 2 million immigrants deported. And I think they're only maybe at 70,000 now, maybe 100 or so thousand. They got a lot of work to do. So I don't see how they would say, okay, Democrats, I see what you're saying. Let's do that. I don't see that happening. But I could be wrong. Who else came on here that I did not see? Oh, my God, I'm so behind. Andre, how you doing? Says FBA, we need to vote for reparations. Only if you don't see that on the voting ballot, don't vote. Let's stand on business. Yes, indeed. All right. Jay Ruto, how you doing? Says, what's wrong with these black politician fools? My Lord, they're bought and paid for. Thunder, you says, DK, have you noticed that since we've been standing on lineage, business folks have lost their minds and have been on a full assault to shout us down or try and confuse us with bold-faced lies? Yes, I've noticed it. It's like it's a lot now, right? Very interesting though, but we ain't tripping. One who cares. How you doing? Hope you're doing well this fine evening. Amandala, how you doing? My sister's name is Amanda. Amandala, I hope I said it right. How you doing? It says this immigration issue is black women's fault and no one else. They voted for this for 60 plus years. Well, you can't totally blame black women because black men were right behind her. Maybe they didn't vote exactly like she did, but with this last election, black women, 92%. That's why they call them the 92%, right? For Kamala, and 78% of black male voters voted for Kamala. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a difference, but they were the second highest demographic to vote for Kamala that way. So you can't leave off the brother. Black men are just as much Democrats, well, almost, as black women. So, but I get what you're saying. Roz, how you doing? Michelle, what's going on with you? Chanel, what is up? You say Zoe is not a black American. Yes, indeed. Who else do I have on here? Bio Dre Division. Oh, no, Blood Dre Division. I know I said that wrong, but how you doing? I shall. Thank you so much. Ramen, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Terry, what's going on with you? Says, I think next year is going to be different. I don't know. We're going to find out. Yep, that's the midterm election. So we definitely will find out. Marjorie says, well, let them do what they're going to do. Then if they do illegal voting using the illegal immigrants, migrants and immigrants, they might. Laura Flawless, you say, funny how they say black Americans are next to be deported, but not the white guys who founded it. Correct. Because a lot of them ain't originally from here either, right? Kenny D, how you doing? Says, can't build a nation from sports players and entertainment. Well, nah, you're right about that. Sherry Price, how you doing? Says, sign me up. I have a whole bunch of them in my neighborhood. I'm ready to snitch. Wow. GMS South Carolina, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Stephen, what's going on with you? You say Karen Bassa or Karen Bass? Black Rose, how you doing? Says everything FBA fought for, Democrats have handed it over to all minorities that didn't fight for anything. That is correct. T. Williams, how you doing? Says Democrats and the like, the U.S. citizens is tired of the outright disrespect, the theft, the lies, the overly burdensome taxes, and last but not least, your broken promises. Yep, and they all lie, right? But especially Democrats, they haven't really even lied to black people like that in a while because there's no need to lie to us anymore. They're like, we got them, suckers, we got them, right? So yeah, Dr. No Job, what is up with you? Where have you been? Long time no see. Don't have to be here running wild. How you doing? You say Ice and Trump. Thumbs up. Okay, Uncle G, how you doing? Says Tyrone Muhammad is running for Senate in Illinois 2026. Yes, I saw that, and I really hope he is successful because we know that he is not with the Democrats' shenanigans at all. So I'd like to see him run and be successful. Carla, how you doing? Says roaches for raid, funded by supremacists. Hope you're getting your check. Not yet. I haven't gotten my check yet, but if you can, call them and see if they can expedite it. Who else is on here? Izzy, how you doing? He says, who's the target audience? I know she doesn't think she can convince black people. Most Americans from every background aren't going to vote for her. Does she think the illegals can vote for her? Well, I think she's just banking on that a lot of black Americans, again, it's a low voter turnout for low state and local elections, and she's banking on that they won't know and that they'll go with she's black. That's all I need to know. She's black. I'm voting for everybody black, right? Not vetting them, even though they're black. So I think that's what she's thinking. Negroes, did I say hello to you? If not hello. Says our $2 trillion buying power should go into a new political party and back a true FBA reparation-friendly politician. Yeah, we were been asked to do that, right? So now is the time to really stand on that. JC say back broke KP from KC5. How you doing? Says small hats own them fake pro-black senators and congressmen. Yeah, it's been proven so. The almighty green beans, what's going on with you? Hope you're having a great day. Thunder says vote blue no matter who is through. Never again. It makes more sense to vote interest. Yep. Vote your interest. Do not get emotionally involved with anything, especially politics, right? Brother Drama, he says, as a black American, I will never vote for no damn Democrat for the rest of my life. Not even a black Democrat. They are the party for immigrants, not black American citizens. You're 100% right. Viking for life. How you doing? Says all illegal, say immigrants, must be deported. It's the law. No one is above the law. Correct. Larondi, how you doing? Says the black people will something they're next into vote for her. So you're trying to say maybe they'll break their necks to vote for her because she's black. Yeah, that's all they care about is she's black. Milan, how you doing? Okay, you got some vanilla ice going on up in there. Okay. 48 TCO says stop washing greens in the bathtub and putting ketchup on chitlins. Is that what she says she's doing? Ketchup on chitlins? I mean, chitlins never, but ketchup and chitlins? Nah. Thunder says, DK, can we be honest? Is President Trump really doing anything that truly harms black Americans? I think the reason there's all this commotion because everyone else is in pain for change. No, not yet. Not that I can see. Not doing anything. If anything, black people are having to wake up, right? We're having to realize all we got is us. But right now, I don't see us necessarily being a target per se, which is why we should be minding our black business, organize and do the things that we need to do. All the scare tactics is not going to work. Dr. Ray, I hope I said that right. He says it's all about the census. Yeah, the census is very important as well. Alicia, how you doing? Says Zoe is the daughter of a Caribbean immigrant. Yep, she did say that. Timothy, once again, thank you so much. I thought you was going to go cook you some Asian food. He says, wait, what about Trump at 28? Nothing surprises me. Well, it's been said from his camp that, he needs to run again. Okay. Steve Bannon said, because he was asked, would you support J.D. Vance? And he was like, well, I haven't really thought about it because, we need Trump to stay in there another term. Now, mind you, this is the second term as a president. You can only run 2 terms. But he says we need him to stay in there a second time because he needs more time to finish what he started. And, if you go on Trump's website, whatever that is, you can see Trump 2028 hats and, shirts and things like that. So, but he ain't gonna run again. I think people be like, that's enough, dude. Reaction Media TV, how you doing? Says, talk a good game. The next election will tell. He says, voting Democrats is our demise. You're right. We will definitely see next year. Affectionate Earth, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sister Love, what's going on with you? Quest Burnside, how you doing? Says, FBA family, stay on code. Every nation is coming for us at the same time. I've read in the Bible, the time will come when everyone will turn on God's people. Well, that is true. But if God is for you, who could be against you? Yes, indeed. Our Negro says, our grassroots politicians even running these seats, running for these seats, they try, but they don't even come close. Like, what's the name? Marcel. Oh, I forget his last name just that fast. Is it Gregory Marcel Dixon, South Carolina. He's challenged Jim Clyburn in South Carolina, I think twice now, and I think he got like 2% of the vote. So that's very scary. Like, you rather have James Clyburn, what, 85, give or take, and they keep voting him in. That is so scary. So yeah, grassroots people run, but they don't have a shot. Timothy, once again, thank you so much. He says reparations on the ballot, Democrats scheme. Nope. Yeah, nobody's going to put reparations on the ballot until I think Black Americans really just divorce it all, right? Just divorce from the political system altogether and say, y'all make it do what it do. The Republicans, I think they'll be okay. They never really get a lion's share of the Black vote, but the Democrats, that's a different story. They're going to have to come back in 2028 with some tangible and not just bumping their gums, right? So, yeah. All right, who else is on here? Brother Damon, how you doing? You probably been down there in the comments and I didn't even get to you because I'm so behind. Night Rider, how you doing? Says FBA has got to stop voting these blackface immigrants, foreigners, and people that aren't Black Americans into our government. They mean FBA no earthly good. Nope, not at all. And then unfortunately, they do get into politics and they thumb their noses at Black Americans, but they help everybody else. You know, even talk about reparations for everybody else. It's like, excuse me, what? Bobby Williams, how you doing? Says, I am done with the Democrats. Yeah, sounds like that's a trend. A lot of people done with the Democrats. And again, I see you guys' comments. I just want to make sure I acknowledge everybody else. As I got 8 minutes, time goes by so fast. Hey, yo, how you doing? Says, thank you, Ice. Okay. Kenny D says segregation is happening. Black people are forced to move to southern states and Midwest because it's cheaper cost of living. It is cheaper, but Lord knows I ain't trying to be in the South. I'm trying to be in Southern California. Nate, how you doing? Says no more meritorious manumission ninjas. Oh, absolutely. If you know, you know, right? Because that's how they've been operating and making sure masks are good, right? DSB, how you doing? Couch 2028 is what you say. I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing well. Hits 23ville, how you doing? It says we need to get more into city council, civics, boards, and run for office. Yep. Hey, Donovan. It says to hell with that. Sasua is being cleaned up. Fellas need to protest. Get your passports. And I'm glad that Sasua is being cleaned up. Okay? Y'all need to be righteous out there. No more of the stroll. The 304 stroll is gone. Y'all get out there with your Bibles. Y'all need to start building churches out there in the DR. Enough of that tricking. Yes, Brother Damien says FBA hold those votes for tangibles. Yep. Who else haven't I seen? Skipping on down. And Willie, how you doing? Says Trump harming Black folks, not directly. Nah, no one can really point. They keep saying you're next. You're next. You're next. The boogeyman's gonna come from under the bed and out the closet. You know. So I guess we're supposed to be scared. Lance, she says, I feel like we are in the twilight zone. Democrats, and you had a lot of K's up in there, are out here supporting and pushing criminality. They are so done. Yeah. But as I said, when Kamala was running and people said, well, you know, she was locking Black people up in California. Well, what did they do? Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Well, was they committing crimes? Well, then that's what she was supposed to do. She's a prosecutor. But now, like you said, the Democrats are, oh my God, this is how you don't get caught up by ICE. Can you go through the tunnel? And then you make a left at the first door, and then you keep on going. And if you see ICE, you just freeze up and don't move, EJ, how you doing? Says, I'm the son of a Caribbean immigrant, and I say get all the illegals out. Every single man, woman, and child must go. Damn. And you say you the son of an immigrant. Woo. Sherry says those jobs at the illegals don't have any more. A lot of black men are getting those jobs. So I see a win for Trump. Yeah, you're seeing a lot of black men saying I'm now working in construction again, Lucas, how you doing? Says Mark, the man who was supposed to end the war in Ukraine, within 24 hours, was also just a myth. He wants to keep supporting Ukraine by supplying weapons. A man of two faces. What the hell? Yeah, I agree with that. They're all warmongers. Every last one of them. There's money to be made in war. Yeah, people, they don't care about people. They care about the money. So yeah. Yeah, Marcel Dixon. Y'all could not think of his name for nothing. I haven't seen him on Twitter in a while. Not to say he's not there. I just haven't seen him. DSB says Obama already said if Democrats get back in office, they're going to bring back everyone Trump deported. So hell no, we not voting. Yep. You already know they're going to do that, right? Shut up, I can cook. How you doing? Says this is why the founders did not give women the vote. Well, I guess. But, there's a lot of men messing up the rotation, too. So, yeah, I guess. Kay Butler says the last 5 and 9 congresspersons to die in office have been Democrats. Yeah, they just like, I'm not retiring. I'm going to stay here. And Dianne Feinstein, Sheila Jackson Lee, Sylvester Turner, a few other ones, right? So, yeah, Elwin, how you doing? Says first ones to betray us. Word for the streets, how you doing? Says we know not to put no one in office not working with ICE. I am black. Yeah, I mean, you got to follow the law, I would think, right? All right, so let's see. Who else haven't I seen? I got 4 minutes. Thunder says DK not gonna lie, but the way the cooked chitlins is in Palomero, Sicily. They're lamb and not pig, cooked over an open flame of coals on the skewer. They're crispy. I think you could put ketchup on those. I will take your word for it. Brother Eddie says, deport Donovan back to the DR. Yep, that's where he needs to go. Do not let him come back since he like it so much over there. Brother Jonelle, how you doing? I have not seen you on here in a long time. I hope that you are doing well. Rohan, how you doing? Says, hell with the DR. They some racist folks. Hey, listen, you ain't got to tell me. Y'all know I was almost snatched up over there, my daughter and I. Very scary. I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have had my black self over here anyway. Del Monte Green Beans. You say Marcel is in the living rooms when Tariq goes live. Okay, so or the live rooms, rather, live rooms. So that's something on X, right? Okay, good. Yeah, because I hadn't seen him around. And Tracy says Marcel has been kind of quiet lately. He's probably tired. Yeah, and sad. They'd rather have a man that's old as Methuselah in office, not doing absolutely nothing for black people. Nothing. It's crazy to me. Damon says Ukraine is a distraction from Epstein. Yeah, the MAGA crowd is up in arms about the Epstein stuff. Jennifer says Trump is forcing Europe to buy our weapons and make Europe pay for taking Russia sovereignty. Is that what you're saying? Rights, or sovereign rather, rights away. Got it. Thunder says DK, I saw a black man recently doing roofing. I haven't seen that since I was a boy, to be honest. It felt good to see that. Yeah, I'm starting to see black men on construction sites and things like that too. So it is a good feeling. May Good, how you doing? Says you might as well call the Democrat Party the new Confederates. Interesting. Cooking with Miss D. Where have you been? We have missed you so. Yes, indeed. Sister B, how you doing? Says I believe Marcel Dixon sought Yvette Carnell's support. She knows politics and told him to start at a lower office and build his way up because of Clyburn stronghold. Wish he had listened. Got it. Okay. Very interesting. So anyway, that is my time, y'all. I love and appreciate every last one of y'all. If you see fit, there's ways to donate and help the channel, but at the very least, please like and subscribe and all of that. I will be back here tomorrow, our last day of the week, and then we'll be back here on Sunday with Donovan. So in the meantime, you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. Love and appreciate every last one of y'all dearly. Peace. Thank you, Brother Reggie.